Hi, I'm Chef Eric Crowley and I own the Culinary Classroom in West Los Angeles. When I have leftover bread in my kitchen, the first thing I think about is bread pudding. A quick and easy dessert, creamy and rich, the smell of cinnamon wafting up from my oven. I'll serve it with a little warm caramel sauce. It just makes a great dessert. Enjoy this video and try and keep the kids away from the pudding before it's done. To make my bread pudding, first I'm going to turn my oven on to 350 degrees and I'll prepare my ingredients. I'll need some bread, of course, something that's a little bit stale, maybe a day or two old, just torn up into bite-sized pieces like this. You could use some sourdough bread, some brioche, some challah, whatever you have actually will work great. I'm going to start with 3 eggs, some half and half. Love that creamy half and half. Brown sugar is one of my next favorite ingredients to go in here. Since it's not as processed as granulated sugar, it's got wonderful molasses color and flavor to it. That's going to go into my mixture too. And my spices. I have some cinnamon here, a little bit of nutmeg, some cloves, and of course some vanilla extract. Blend that all together really well with the whip. It's going to work the best. It's going to work a lot better than a spoon. Love the smell of that. Almost smells like Christmas. Wonderful. So it has a really nice chocolatey caramel look to it already. And then when I put the bread in there, it's going to soak it all up and turn into a great bread pudding ready to go into the oven. The bread will wind up going into the bowl. I was mentioning I was going to use raisins in this recipe. You're more than welcome to utilize any other dried fruit that you find. Some goji berries, some dried blueberries, some dried raspberries, some dried cherries, all kinds of things that you can use. I'll take my spoon or a nice big spatula and start to gently mix this nice chocolatey looking bread pudding all over the bread. The staleness of the bread will actually slow down the absorption of the pudding mixture so it doesn't get too soggy. Once I get this really nicely blended, I'll put it into my pan and then get it ready to pop into the oven. A 9x9 pan like this will work great. Into the pan it goes. Smooth out the top a little bit with my spatula. And into the oven. About an hour later, once a toothpick comes out nice and clean, nice bread pudding. The toothpick is really going to be a factor in determining doneness for the bread pudding. After you check it, say about 45 minutes into the baking time, if the toothpick comes out really gooey, bake it for about 10 more minutes. Don't worry about checking it about halfway through the baking time. All ovens heat unevenly. Not a bad idea to do that and even rotate your pan to get a really nice even baking. My bread pudding is ready to come out of the oven. One of the things I've done differently is instead of baking it in a 9x9 pan, I've actually put them into little muffin tins. That way they're going to have little individual desserts and it's going to look like it came right out of a restaurant. I can smell it right now. Let's see. There we are. Little individual bread puddings. I can smell that brown sugar. Look at those raisins, just lovely. I really love to put some sauce on my dessert. It's going to add a nice finishing touch and it's really going to bring out the flavor of everything else. A little sprig of mint, and I'm going to have a dessert that looks like it came right out of a 3-star restaurant. One great option to plating up your bread pudding is to use some vanilla sauce. If you don't know how to make it just yet, you can take some vanilla ice cream and melt it in the microwave oven. Don't tell anybody I told you that. I'm going to take some vanilla sauce, a nice little spoon, and just start to drizzle some right on the plate. Make a little zigzag motion and drizzle it right on top of that bread pudding. Oh boy, that looks fantastic. Sometimes I'll even accidentally pour a little bit extra on the top and let that bread pudding absorb it. That looks tremendous. We'll put a little mint right on there, just like that. And there we have a nice vanilla sauce, bread pudding. Another option is some chocolate. You could even melt some chocolate in what's called a bain-marie or a double boiler. If you're used to melting your chocolate in a microwave oven, you really have to be careful because the chocolate will have a tendency to scorch very, very easily. Melt some chocolate, drizzle it right on there just like that. Oh man, and again, just like the vanilla, maybe a little extra chocolate on there too. Great. A little mint on that one as well. So on our last one, caramel, my absolute favorite. A mixture of butter and sugar when cooked properly, really nice and golden brown. And we'll drizzle that right over the plate as well. And I love to get some extra caramel right on top of that bread pudding. Really awesome. Oh, I'm a big believer in eating dessert first. I want to dig into this right now. And there we have bread pudding with 3 different sauces, ready to go out like you're at a restaurant.